This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to this week's Porsche Carrera RSR Cup race, the Simpit series running on Sim Racing System, and we are here for week 4, race 1, so we'll have this week, tonight's race, tomorrow night's race, and then 2 more weeks in the season, and we'll be doing a car change for the next season again. Last season we did the MX-5, this season the Porsche. Who knows what it's going to be? I have a suspicion what we'll be running. But anyway, we are here at Imola, or Imola for some people, but I believe Imola is the proper way to say it. We are just moments away from qualifying. If you were here yesterday, you saw that we worked on a setup, improved the setup we've been working on all season long. So we've taken that car from track to track, and we just make subtle changes just to get a little improvement out of it. You know, funny enough, by the end of the season, we'll probably have a good setup, but we'll no longer be running it anymore. Thank you very much, Green. I like the white one as well. I don't wear this one very often. It's a little faded, actually. A few changes. So I'm a little nervous for today's race. I'm going to admit that right up front. Big part of that is last minute, I did a wheel and pedal change once again, and I went to the H-pattern shifter as promised, which means I'm going to be heel-toe shifting with absolutely no practice going in. I did do some practice yesterday, but I was on a Thrustmaster wheel, Thrustmaster pedals, and paddle shifting. So this will be quite a change. I turned like half a lap is all the time I got once I got all my new equipment back on my rig, or my equipment back on my rig, and I really have put very little time in. So I'm going to take things cautiously today. I'm a little nervous under braking, especially that first braking. I don't want to run into the back of everybody, not giving enough brake, and I'm going to be using an opposite foot than I'm normally accustomed to. So that should change things a little bit. And when we talk about nervous, that's why. I did practice. I know the track. I have a good setup. But adapting the heel-toe shifting and H-pattern on short notice is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Hey, Green, we're just having fun with it. So that's cool. And everybody should be a little bit nervous, Tom. So that is what makes racing so much fun. I have to admit, usually I get a little nervous before a race no matter what, just because it's the nature of the beast. So let's go ahead and get in the room. You can see Cy Yip is here with a 1:59. That is 2 seconds faster than anybody else has posted a lap in practice. I don't think everybody's run a lap. I haven't run a lap. I think I can run a 2:01.89 or 2:01.9, somewhere in that time gap area. So still nearly 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds slower than Cy Yip. Who, as far as I've seen in the series so far, is one of our strongest, if not the strongest driver. Well, everyone, please smash the like button. That definitely helps. And Max is my coach, and what do you know? He's abandoned me. So real quick, I'm going to just triple check. I know I already did it, but just a good habit to get into. Make sure I have my qualifying setup loaded, and I do. So, hello, Doctor. Steam King with the stats. Thank you so much. You know, I'm gonna have to give you a job around here. You should give me an email and we'll talk about that, Steam. You can be my statistician. So we do have our qualifying setup ready to go. Another thing that I had a problem the last time I did this wheel real briefly was I calibrated it and I put my controls in, but I had some dead zone issues, if you remember. Anyway, I seem to have all that squared away. So we're gonna go ahead and do a qualifying set. Or run real quick. Let me adjust my volume so I don't yell too much. Hello, Oregon. Also want to just double check that I can rev it up in first and the car's not lunging. So it looks like we're going to be all good to go for the race. I need a little more volume. Alright, here we go. Let's just take a moment to kind of get used to that brake pedal with the opposite foot. Remember, I have to reach down to shift. I'm predicting at least once today I'll reach up and try to shift with a paddle shifter. Green Sammy, yep, already had the setup loaded. We're running our qualifying one we worked on yesterday. All those braking points. I'm going to have to brake a little earlier than I was yesterday. Whoa. I might need to be a little less chatty than normal today as I concentrate on the shifting. Right now I'm having a little trouble giving a little gas too early on the downshift. I would imagine in today's race the H pattern will cost me a full second. And that's okay. That time could be much improved. That's just getting used to all the timing. I should be able to get within a couple of tenths, ultimately. This is a tough car, that is for sure, Mikhail. Mikhail, there it is. Sorry. Oops, screaming on the brakes. I was late on the brake, I hit it too hard. I'm using Ricmotech pedals with a hydraulic brake. That wasn't a very good final corner. That's not going to give me a great run down the straightaway here. Little hot into that one. No, 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 no. I would rather make those mistakes now. I went too slow there and then too fast there. Totally lost concentration. Steve, we're all self-conscious. You just get over it. I'm blipping on upshift as well. I'm blipping on both. Or I'm releasing the brake. I mean the gas on the upshifts. I almost missed that shift. My microphone wire keeps falling off. That kind of sucks. Or not microphone, headset. Oh, I'm driving so terribly right now, you guys. Totally different driving experience when you're using paddle shifters. I actually can't stand my voice. I don't know why you guys tolerate it. I broke about 20 feet earlier than I was yesterday. At least I'm not tearing up the gearbox. I can't help it. I talk a lot, I guess. Oh, I'm taking that so much less aggressively. So yeah, we're going to be off our pace. I'm okay with that, though. Oh, I'd hate time off. Any sport, any injury, or anything that prevents you from doing what you want to do. Oh, no, 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 no. Son of a, you know what? Wow. I really messed that one up. We will have to not do that in the race. Now we're going to qualify at the back of the grid, you guys. Last week we ended up at the back of the grid. Son of a, you know what? Man. You know, it's not just the H pattern. I can't even blame that on shifting. That was me just not doing what I know to do. Alright, now we'll just go ahead and relax a moment. We know I can use the practice, but let's go ahead and just change our setups so we don't forget. El Bucho, what are you sorry about? I'm looking back. Oh, sorry for not being here today. Yeah, no. If things are hurting, no, what are you going to do about it? Steam King, thank you for the facts, the stats. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to load my race setup now just to know that I don't forget. And that was my worst qualifying run of the season. Normally, to be honest with you, the only reason this is on here is because I promised a lot of people I was going to use it. And normally I would have given it a lot more practice. M Deep, I did upload a setup, so if you look at the show from yesterday, I don't know if there's enough time to get it right now, but I did upload the setups we made for this track. Very cool, Steam. Hello, Holland. 315, oh my gosh. I read your chat and spun. Yeah, I should put the chat further away for the race. I'm going to be quiet, I promise. Hello, Stockholm. I appreciate that very much. I did do the skin transfer. So that should be working, but I'm going to be at the back. I noticed the fast guys are the ones with skins. So we might not get much of an opportunity to see them. Well, MD, you got to start racing. Racing's where all the fun happens. All the anxiety and nerves and emotions of racing. Quite a bit different than the Skip Barber, someone in the room is saying. I would agree with that. Tom, I don't know if I'm going to do a full-on review now that it's really out. I was probably going to do some driving and just some live checking out and playing and doing some of the multiplayer stuff. You know, it's a tough thing for me when I get behind the gun. Once it comes out, it's like, do I still review it or do I just try to stay on track with everything else? And I apologize to you guys for not getting my Project Cars done. Willie, you are dedicated. 4 a.m. Oh my. I wake up at 4 a.m. with insomnia, but I rarely stay up till 4 a.m. anymore. Smooth, that's in the works. I'm working on a patron account or something along those lines, but I'm trying to come up with some tiers that give benefits, so I'm not just sitting there with my hands out begging for money. Mikhail, that's awesome. I wish I knew more corners. That would be good for me. Alright, guys. We are gridded up at the rear, it looks like, as expected. But that's not a bad thing. Gives us a lot of work to do. 22nd place. I want to move this up just a little bit. I changed my interior view. Alright, here we go. Whoa, my car rolled. I checked that. Why did the car roll? Whoa, carnage already. Wasn't me. More carnage. More cars. Oh! Now who did that to me? That was not cool. I gave him all the room in the world, I do believe. I'm sure that hurt my car. That was a hard hit. And then someone hit me head on. I have a broken window. Man, that makes me a little mad. I couldn't have been more careful or conservative, giving all the room in the world. You see him? I got damage all over the car. Oh, come on! Wow, people are really not handling the car well. I've had great races this season. This is the worst driving I've seen by some. Alright, now we got some work to do. That's right, Marco. Whoa. You can hear me holding the gas pedal down on with my heel. That noise. Oh my god, I just realized someone... Anyone else realize the mistake I've made? Anyone else want to think ahead? I forgot to do something. I thought I did it, but apparently I didn't. This race just went from bad to worse. You got it, El Bucho. You got it, Tom. Can't blame anyone but myself on that. Am I too far forward? Yeah, shit. Oh! That's what I did, Stefan. Are they even doing anything to my car? Jeez, I don't have anything mapped for this. Real quick, anyone know how to get fuel added? Well, this just went to about the worst scenario possible. I don't have my buttons mapped. I didn't think I was going to need a pit stop. It's a 20-minute race. Thank you, Tom. I'm glad you guys are. I'm having a miserable time. I guess we can watch other people. Is that right? Maybe I can make it around another lap then. Oh, I'm really upset with myself. That's the second time in the history of my streaming. Not the I did it once a long time ago on a race I was filming. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alright, how do I add fuel? Someone help. I don't remember the keyboard control. I know the the front Fs are views. It'd be dangerous. Yeah, I usually have it mapped. I just haven't. I didn't. That was something I didn't do. Shit. I didn't hit 20. This game on the cuts is really bad sometimes. Whoa. No, you can. I just don't recall the button. It's not pulling that little window up. Thank you. Thank you. Subbit fan. Thank you so much, bud. Ah, look at my gearbox. It's all torn up now, too. Hi, buddy. Where were you when I was forgetting to load the setup, bud? Yeah, I used to keep a setup checklist, a pre-race checklist. Oh shoot, come on, Cole. I am driving so poorly. Oh, I just lost the gearbox entirely. I love it. That's awesome. Alright. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. You guys have seen one of very few moments that I've embarrassed myself. Alright, let's go ahead and watch Sai. That's our leader, Sayet. This guy's a machine. Oh. It's a 20-minute long race. Hams, it's the first time I've done it. Yeah, you're right, Green. Might as well get all of my bugs out of the way in one shot. Come back tomorrow with some vengeance. I'm sure he'd give it to me. There's no way I'm going to get close to it on an H pattern without a lot more warm-up time. I could do it. I'm actually not afraid of my ability to heel toe. I just didn't even get any time at all to really acclimate to it at all. Yep, Willie, I have a definite empty feeling. I'm very upset. I don't need my volume blowing up. Yeah, I'm really upset about that. I, at one point in time, had a note on the center of my wheel that said, load setup. And it was my reminder, because that's not the first time I forgot to load my race set. You know, it's the only time I've run a qualifying setup this season. I've always run my race set in qualifying. Tom, yes I can when I'm all alone, but right now I have like 18 programs running in order to do this, and I was noticing a little bit of stuttering today even, which normally I don't get. It's not always locked over 100, but even then I still am over 100. Oh yeah, Jeremy, that sucks. Gotta judge the fuel. I think I had the right fuel. I will say that I love the fact that that gearbox broke. One of my complaints about using an H pattern in general is the fact that the gated shifter doesn't have any kind of lockout. If you miss shift in a real car, it doesn't go into gear. It stays in that neutral gate, and you know, and you feel a grind, essentially. The shifter doesn't do that, so if you miss a shift, you don't know until you're like revving it, and it feels more like having a broken clutch, where your car is just not engaging at all when you miss shift, rather than feeling a miss shift. So that's one of my complaints, but it's nice to know that you can really tear that thing up bad. I thought I was doing good. I think I was until the mayhem, and then I just lost it entirely. Lost everything about it. We can check in with another driver. Whoops. We'll do it this way. Oh, we got a race there between Stan and George, it looks like. There we go. That's what we're going to watch. Sai's just running away with it. 18 seconds in the lead. And apparently my skin transfer didn't work because they're both in orange generic cars. I thought I had that installed. Yeah, green. I thought I was going to have a good comeback too. I was actually psyching up for it. Yeah, 1080 Ti is a pretty darn good car. Card, very good for the money when you really compare it to like cards of yesteryear and their price versus performance. Yeah, I'd like to get him some better competition, and I don't mean me. I'd like us to find others that can compete with him and get him in this series and give that guy a run for his money so he can have more fun. Because not only is it lonely, it's probably a little boring. GTX 950 still gets the job done. I mean, right now a lot of games are starting to kick up the graphics. So you're probably getting on that line where it's starting to fall off a little bit here and there, but that's still a darn good video card. Oh, mistake! Big mistake. He's going to lose position and then some. Will he be able to stay in contention? And how bad will... Look at that. He's just losing it. So much for that race. So that puts Stan solidly into second place now. And it looks like George is all the way back there. That's showing me something different here. There's Stan. There's George. I need to bring up, I have a program from when I was broadcasting races. Let's see here. ECT Tower, is that what it was? Give me a second, you guys. I'm going to play with something I used to do. At times I know a lot more about this sim than other times. Wasn't on this computer that I did that to. I had a ECT Tower program that made watching the broadcast a lot better. Looking at the leaderboard and seeing what was going on. And switching cameras even. So anyway, there's Sai Yip once again. George running in second. It just skipped him up to second with the getting across the start-finish line. He's running 27 seconds back of Sai Yip, so not much of a contest going on. Stan Donnet is in third place, about 5 seconds back. Now you can see they've kind of closed up. The two orange cars running second and third. Jamal seems to be in this yellow car, the number 17 car, and he's got mirrors full of Dirk Steffen of Germany. Anyone know Jamal's flag there? I'm not sure what country that is, to be honest with you. But this is a good race here for fourth place. Yellow car in fourth. That's Jamal. Dirk in the orange car in fifth place. And we are inside of 2 minutes, so this could be the last lap. There could be one more lap to go. We have 42 seconds left in the race. It'll really come down to where Sai Yip is. And we can see he's coming into that final complex with 30 seconds left to go. It is going to be very close to see if he gets to the line and we go one more lap, or is this going to be the final lap? This reminds me of the last week's Formula 1 race with the how many laps till the end of this race. Nobody knew. Nobody knew how long till that race was going to end. And we're at 12 seconds. And he is going to stop. This is the last lap. So now we want to go back and see that battle between Jamal and Dirk, because this is going to be for position. At this point, I think George and Stan are far enough apart. So the best race on the track on the final lap here is for 4th place. That's got to be Portugal. Jamal Gondor from Portugal. Oh, no, that's George from Portugal. Looks like Jamal's going to hold him off. Yep. Dirk is right there behind him, but not enough of a run. You're going to have Jamal coming in 4th, Dirk in 5th. Fernando Silva is in 6th, Chris Milton in 7th, Doug Hawley in 8th, Barrett Rolfe in 9th, and Scott McDermott in 10th. Oh, it looks like we have a battle for 10th. This is a battle for 9th, actually, between 2 of the number 16 green Porsches. Nope. That looks like it's 11th place battling him. I'm sorry. Yeah, without my broadcasting software, I can't really do much to know exactly what I'm looking at very well. Anyway, hopefully everybody else had a good race. I can't say that it was the most fun for me. Kind of funny, I was really nervous at the beginning for the wrong reasons. I was nervous over more my performance, and in the end my performance failed me, but it was really my memory and my crew chief ability that failed me. So, anyway, I'm glad you guys turned out. If you come in tomorrow, as always, I'd much rather have you on the track with us than watching the stream. But if the best you can do is watch the stream, we'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, USA. That's 6 p.m. And we will have another race. And I really hope that I can do better. I would really like to not embarrass myself 2 races in a row. I will be committed to the shifter. I'm not going to let that go. I'll probably try to do a little practice tonight or a little practice tomorrow. But I'm so far behind on schedule, you wouldn't believe how many things I'm working on in the background. I'm going to run from here into filming the Thrustmaster review, and then I got all the editing to do on that. So it usually takes away from my ability to drive for fun. Anyway, it was an interesting race. It was an interesting day. I'm glad you guys were here, and I'm glad that I don't subject you to these kind of races very often. Nah, Tom, you know what? For me, this car is all about the H pattern based on its era. Even more so than the MX-5. When I drive the MX-5, it's like, yeah, we know it's an H pattern car, but it's a modern car. The shifting's so much simpler. When you go back in time to the 70s, it was an art to be able to drive a car like this properly. And it can be done just as well, and many people even argue you can be faster with an H pattern. So I will go ahead and just kind of keep giving it the college effort. All right, Tom, I'll do that. That's very generous of you. I appreciate it. I will promise you guys, though, that I am working on a patron account. And like I said, I'm just creating a couple of tiers that will allow people to be part of the team in various ways. And so obviously it allows you to do a donation of sorts. But what I want is the ability to do something. So like maybe we have an interview, and we'll give all of the Simpit guys, the people on our Patreon, like access to the Discord, which will be more direct when it comes to asking questions than using, say, the chat that we're using here. That'll be maybe more the general chat. Maybe we'll have coaching or sessions or direct access to me and the shop for other things. I'm coming up with a handful of things that would warrant, you know, donating a few bucks. And then at the same time, I cannot take away from what I provide to the general public. So that's where the art is finding things that are special without taking anything away from anybody, because that's not what I'm all about. But I gave it there. If you want to do it, I appreciate it. That's great. Not my normal thing. I certainly do this for the fun and love of it. And honestly, just to be straightforward, you know, this in all intensive purposes is a business, and I am looking to get it funded by, when I say community, I don't mean you guys, I mean by the sim racing community, and even more so, advertisers, maybe of more straightforward automotive or automotive entertainment companies that see the value in sim racers being just like when you put an ad in Road and Track and you're going after car guys. So by that I mean I'd like to see Meguiar's or Continental Tires or somebody on that level be the advertisers instead of taking money from Fanatec or Thrustmaster, or any of the companies that are directly related with what we do and what we review. Yeah, the race is over. It was over for me very quickly. We made a few mistakes tonight, and got some bad luck thrown at us on top of everything else. So, anyway, I appreciate that, El Bucho. Thank you very much. Total Devastation. I should change the name of this for the video version to Total Devastation. So anyway, I had fun nonetheless. I'm frustrated, but still had fun because we're doing what we love. We're racing. So you gotta love it, even on the worst days. Anyway, I am going to bring it to an end. I got a lot of work to do still, so my night is very young. I'm going to get right back to work, but thank you all for being here. Thank you for being my emotional support in my time of need. I really appreciate that, and we'll see you tomorrow night for another race. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the news, and we'll see you Saturday for the Sim Tunnel and our big topic, VR, is it the future of sim racing? And I have a special guest for that show, which should make it even more entertaining. So we'll see you then. Thank you very much. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.